Hi, I'm Reverend Diane at Unity of Naples, and yesterday we're still on the power of order, of the 12 powers: faith, will, imagination, love, life, power, order, wisdom, enthusiasm, release, understanding, and strength. It's a template that the Fillmores gave us in the Unity worldwide ministries that we follow, because they're the faculties within us that you and I can call on to address life, to just get along and prosper. So we looked at the awakening power of order yesterday, because awakening was the daily word. And what we realize is that there is always this amazing order in all things. It doesn't always seem like that. Sometimes it feels like there's disorder. But what can happen in our lives is we can get caught up in doing. We can get caught up and sort of half conscious about what we're doing, what we're saying. Actually, those things that have been our history often kind of run our lives until we become conscious of them. In terms of emotional intelligence that's being taught now broadly, what happens is we just recognize when we're having a feeling about something. And when we have a feeling, to ask ourselves, why? Why am I having that? And it's usually something surface, it's something that's really obvious. And then we ask ourselves again, why? And by asking that and getting deeper, why? Why? We come to the core or the root of whatever's going on. And when we do that, the root is exposed. You and I know that when we have weeds in our garden and we pull them up, when we expose the root, and the plant doesn't continue to grow. So it's really a wonderful thing to just get clear on that which has been unconscious and kind of running our lives gets pulled up into our conscious awareness. And that's what it is to awaken. Jesus demonstrated this in his life when he went to the river and was baptized. And he lived his whole life, 30 years. He'd had the 18 years away doing lots of things and gathering information and wisdom. And he was stepping into his Christ consciousness and wearing that all the time, wearing the mind of Christ all the time. And he went to the river to be baptized by John the Baptist. Baptism is the cleansing of the mind. And so he was baptized, and there's this descending of the dove, this incredible peace that comes over him and everyone who gets near him. And in that moment, he hears a voice that declares that he is this divine child of God. And he gets it. He actually receives it completely on every level. In that moment, the next thing that he experiences, the wilderness. Wilderness is kind of cool because it's this word, wilderness. It's like the wildest mess he's ever encountered, because he's tempted at a very high level to give up his spiritual nature. Yeah, it's not about that. Look, you can have all this, you can eat this, you can live like this. And Jesus goes, get behind me. Just puts his old story behind him, any kind of temptation, and steps forward to be clear, conscious, awakened, and present with his life. And it's not until then that his ministry actually begins. You and I, it's kind of a good sign actually, if we're changing paradigms, if we're becoming more conscious of what has been unconscious in our lives, what we've been dragging along with us. When we become more conscious and actually want to step into this new paradigm, old things can come up and we'll be tempted to kind of pull us back by our ego into old ways of being or habits of thinking or feeling. But that's a time to stand up and to be the presence, to actually be fully present. Just put down anything that you're involved with, anything you're doing, and be fully present this week to whoever it is who comes into your space, to yourself. And give yourself self-time, self-care, self-awareness as you awaken the order, the natural order, and the power of God's presence in your life. We know that you will have a magnificent week and you'll step through things in a whole new way. That's exactly how it works, and that's how good God is. Have a glorious week. God bless.